Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the socialization. So the topic is socialization, how society shape the individual. I am Dr. Jamil Ahmed, and we will discuss about the role of the sociology. So start with a simple scenario. Imagine a child born today. That child does not know language, religion, manners, gender roles, or even how to greet someone. Yet, within a few years, the child knows what is right and wrong, how to behave in public, how to speak politely, and how to identify as someone by or other. And how does this transformation happens? So that transformation is called socialization. So sociology that studies not just individual, but how society shapes individual. So let's talk about the socialization. So, socialization is the lifelong process through which we learn how to become member of society. It basically includes learning languages, learning manners, understanding gender expectations, knowing what is respected or critical. So that is basically the learning of norms, values, roles, beliefs. For example, a child learns to say thank you, not naturally, but because someone teach and correct them. So it's basically over the period of time, these lessons become internal, and that is internalized by the your culture. So we no longer think before acting. We simply behave according to social norms, and that make social life possible. This is the power of internalizations. So, why is socialization important? Without socialization, society could be chaotic. Imagine no one respect traffic rules, no one stand in queues, no shared understanding of modesty or respect. So, socialization create predictability. So it's also shape identity. For instance, why do some people value individuals' achievements more than community? Why do some societies emphasizes obedience while other promote independence? So the answer lies in how individuals were socialized. So socialization is not a single event. It happens in stages. Each stage introduces new expectations and the roles. Think of life as a series of transitions. For example, from child, students, professional, parents, and citizens. So, socialization has four different types: primary socialization, secondary socialization, anticipatory socialization, and re-socializations. So let's talk about the primary socializations. Primary socializations occurs in early childhood and mostly within the family. This stage shapes the language, religions, moral values, gender behaviors, and for example, a boy is told be strong, don't cry, while on the other hand, a girl is told sit properly and speak softly. These are not biological instructions. They are social instructions. Family also shape class-based behavior. For example, some families encourage debate and questioning, while other emphasizing obedience and respect for the authorities. So these are early lessons stay with us throughout the life. Secondary socialization begins when the child enters institutions outside the family. For example, in schools, school teaches the person disciplines, raise your hand before speaking, that's time management, competitions, while peer group teach fashion, trends, social acceptance, rules. For example, media teaches beauty standards, lifestyle aspirations, and political attitudes. So, for instance, social media now influence how young people define success, relationship, and self-worth. Anticipatory and re-socialization. So anticipatory and re-socialization is basically the term anticipatory socialization means preparing for a future role. For example, law students begin dressing formally and speaking professionally even before becoming a lawyer. While on the other hand, re-socialization is a deeper. It happens when old behavior are replaced with new one. For example, a rural migrant adopted to urban life. A military training where individual identify is reshaped into collective disciplines. So re-socialization often require unlearning previous norms. So let's talk about the agents of socializations. Agents are the institutions that shape us. For example, family may teach traditional values. Schools may teach modern rational thinking. Media may promote consumerism. Religion may emphasize morality and obedience. Sometimes these agents are conflicting with one another. For example, parents discourage dating, but media normalize these kind of relationship. This tension shows how socialization is not always smooth or consistent. So we have different theoretical perspective. For example, functionalists who talk about the socialization, symbolic interaction, and then conflict perspective. So let's talk about the functionalist perspective. From this view, socialization creates order and stability. Durkheim argued that society survives because individuals share common values. For example, respecting elders, following laws, participating in national rituals. These shared practices creating solidarity without shared moral belief, society weakness. While on the other hand, symbolic perspective is focusing on identity formation. For example, Cooley's looking glass self suggests we see ourselves through others' reactions. If a child is repeatedly told you are intelligent, they may grow confident. If told you are useless, that labeled may shape their identity. So, Mead explained the development of self through interaction. The child first imitates, then understand role, and finally develop awareness of society's expectations. So, identity is socially constructed, not naturally fixed. So, socialization and inequalities. Socialization is not natural. Children from wealthy families often learn confidence in public speaking, exposure to books and culture identities or activities, professional uh, development. So, children from disadvantaged background may socialize differently due to limited resources. For example, gender socialization always are created inequalities. Boys encouraged towards leadership, girls encouraged towards care work. So these patterns produce inequalities across generation. So socialization in the digital age. So today, social media act as a powerful agent of socialization. Young people construct online identities. Validations come through likes and comments. And digital transforms influences like body image, political views, relationship expectations. These digital world is basically exposing to global culture, reshaping local norms. Socialization is now faster and more complex than ever before. So let's conclude it. Socialization explains how society enters the individuals. It shapes identity, morality, behavior, and aspirations. So it maintained order but also reproduced inequalities. So here we end the lecture with a reflective thoughts. Are we choosing freely? Are we acting according to script society has given for us? Let the question stay with the audience. Thank you.